Hello, I'm Kristen Patton. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm mommy too. Yeah, today we are making
carrot noodles.
We're making carrot noodles with peanut sauce. Okay, so now we'll be making our peanut sauce and Ella is going to be helping me dump everything into the bowl. Okay, you ready? Okay, and you get to stir it up. All right, so first we are going to have a ½ cup of, this is a powdered peanut butter. So it's just powdered peanuts basically. Good job. Make sure to always look for ones that are non-GMO, don't have a lot of added sugars. This one just has a little bit of coconut palm sugar in it. All right, now we need 4 tablespoons of sesame oil. Very good. Okay. And then 2 tablespoons of either coconut aminos or low sodium soy sauce. Chop, chop. All right. Yep, 3 tablespoons. This is a sweet Asian chili sauce. Just adds, it's more sweet than it is spicy, so.
Is it spicy?
No.
Why?
All right. And then a teaspoon of garlic powder. Good job. And then last, 6 tablespoons of water. Very good. Okay, and if you like heat, this is your time to kind of just throw some in there. I know some people love some sriracha or sambaolek, you know, whichever you prefer. And then just give it a good mix. Bella, would you like to peel the carrot? Huh? Okay, ready? So remember, you hold this. So Ella's a lefty, so it'd probably be easier. Here, why don't you hold that in that hand? Hold this one in this hand. Okay, so this is a good learning opportunity. Anytime kids can do this, they kind of get those fine motor skills. Ready? You hold it onto the carrot, then push it away from you. So now, taking our jumbo carrots, they don't quite fit on our spiralizers, so we're gonna have to chop them up a little bit, but we are just gonna go ahead and chop off and discard the tops. Big old carrot top.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, and that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You being Bugs Bunny.
I'm being Bugs Bunny.
Yep. All right.
It is a huge.
That is a huge carrot. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of half these so we can get them going on the spiralizer. So if you don't have an electronic spiralizer, there is a simple trick that you can do just using your standard peeler. If you continue to take strips, here you go.
Thank you.
You can basically make your own noodles. They'll just be more ribbon pasta versus kind of a thicker noodle. Sure, baby. Hey, Bunny Rabbit. Ella. Are there some good carrots? All right, so now we're gonna start making our noodles. Very good. So if you have a stand mixer that has a spiralizer attachment, this is the best time to use this.
Oh, that's big.
Boing, 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 boing. Good thing is that they are highest in vitamin A and beta carotene, which we'll talk a little bit more about, but that is a fat soluble vitamin. What are carrots good for, Ella? Our eyes, that's right. That's one of the major benefits. So now we are going to add our sauce. Ella, would you like to pour on some of our sauce?
Yes, please.
Here, you want to help? You want to pour some on? Ready? Ooh, yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
Okay. All right. Stir them around a little bit.
What's peanut sauce?
That is peanut sauce. And peanuts. You can also do this with almond butter. That's another family favorite. Now we just want to top it with a little bit of cilantro. You want to get a little cilantro? Yeah, just sprinkle some on there. Oh, beautiful. We're gonna make them into French fries. We're gonna make carrot fries. Also, for some nutrition tips for you. So actually cooking carrots, it actually helps soften down the cellular walls, and that's where a lot of the vitamins are actually stored. So by softening them and easing the digestion, they're actually more available. They're easier for the body to actually use them. So cooking carrots, either with water, roasting, anything like that, actually tends to be more beneficial for a lot of these different vitamins and nutrients than actually eating raw in this case. So instead of just giving you a full list of the vitamins and minerals that it has, I want to talk a little bit about what they actually do in the body. Why are these beneficial? So we'll kind of work our way through each one. Key nutrient, it is highest in vitamin A. We'll talk a lot about that one, but it's also high in vitamin K, vitamin C, as well as potassium. And not to mention a host of different minerals and antioxidants. So to remind what antioxidants are, think of the anti-oxidation of something. So there's all in our environment, there's lots of different harmful chemicals or free radicals that really disrupt those cells so that they harm them. So antioxidants actually are very protective. So this makes it an incredible food that actually decreases our risk of cancer. It is also extremely heart healthy. It's very heart healthy mostly for some of the fiber content as well as the potassium. So potassium, that is a key electrolyte as well as an essential nutrient, as well as sodium. I want to talk a little bit about sodium-potassium interaction. Both essential. We need a lot of potassium. We don't need a lot of sodium. Sodium, how that works in the body, it actually keeps water. So think about our ocean. I always use that example. That salt is not floating, it's not sinking, it's staying in suspension. It's all mixed together. It's holding water and the sodium together. But that way it can actually increase our blood pressure. Potassium works in a different way. So potassium actually relaxes those blood vessels. It helps excrete the excess sodium and therefore lowering our blood pressure. So it really, carrots are an amazing example of this, as they actually help to keep blood pressure regulated because of their potassium content. Some notes on vitamin A. There are actually two different forms. There is preformed vitamin A, that is both in the, you'll see it as retinol esters. This is a synthetic form, meaning that it is laboratory made. I want you to think of things that they fortify, like vitamins, some of our prepackaged goods, some of our energy drinks, sunscreens, lip balms. They put all sorts of different vitamin A in lots of different products out there. The more natural form is provitamin A carotenoids. So an example of this would be beta carotene. So that's one of our natural ones. And in the body, that beta carotene can then form a vitamin A and it can become retinol. So that's kind of, we're going to talk a little bit more about this synthetic versus natural. So kind of keep that in mind. Other things, these are fantastic for eyes. Beta carotene, that is a compound that forms vitamin A, that is best known for really helping with eye health. This is protective. It protects your eyes from increased sun exposure. It can help prevent macular degeneration, as well as as cataracts from forming. It is also beneficial for night vision. Sadly, it's not going to make it where you don't need contacts or you can see in the dark, but it really is protective for your eyes and well as continuing eye health. All right, so I'd like to talk a little bit about deficiency. So this is actually very, very rare. It's very rare that you can have a vitamin A deficiency, but it can happen if you are a smoker. That's probably one of the biggest ones. Also, if you have any type of metabolic disorder or ones that are malabsorptive, specifically things like Crohn's or celiac or cystic fibrosis, things like that. But some of those deficiency symptoms that you'll see would be things like night blindness, extreme dryness of the eyes, severe dry skin or dry hair, also irregular patches on the whites of your eyes. So as I said, this is very rare, but those are some symptoms that you can have. Much more common is actually toxicity. And the reason that we have a lot more toxicity is because of the synthetic or laboratory made vitamin A form, and that's that preformed vitamin A. So really with it, what I point out is vitamin A is a fat soluble vitamin, meaning if my body doesn't immediately need it, it will actually store all the excess in our fatty tissues as well as our liver. So anytime you have excess, that's what leads to that toxicity. And so some of the symptoms here can also be dry skin. That's another one. Extreme sensitivity to bright light. It can also lead to bone loss, bone pain, as well as nausea and vomiting. And more often, this is where I always say, check all your ingredients. We don't need this excessive dose of preformed vitamin A. Once your body hits that upper limit, hey, that's when it becomes in that excess. Fun fact, beta carotene, so in a natural form, all those carotenoids, your provitamin A or our beta carotene, you actually cannot overdo it. Even at excessive amounts, your body's going to filter it out. There has been, it is not a myth, you can actually turn your skin kind of a yellowish orange if you overeat, but at most, hey, you might get a little bit of an upset stomach and have a little bit of an orange tinge, but I think the only recorded note of them experiencing this, you'd have to be eating 6 to 7 pounds of carrots a day, so unless you're eating that much. That's just a little note on there, but with this, I will say that eating in a natural form, so, us eating these carrot noodles, it is very beneficial for lots of fiber, fantastic for eyes. It also has some different lutein. That's another good one of those antioxidants in there. Very protective. This is a fantastic meal that just kind of gets some extra veggies on the plate. Some little takeaways, I do not ever recommend solely taking vitamin A, one, because it is synthetic, it's not going to be as bioavailable, and you tend to already get a lot of it in lots of different products. It is best absorbed by natural sources. And if you are a smoker, it is not safe to take beta carotene. They've actually found that to increase risk of lung cancer. So little note there. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ella Eats and enjoyed a meal, and we will see you next time. Cheers.